and welcome to Living Fully. I'm Lauren Taub Cohen, the creator of Living Fully. And so, this guided exercise is actually inspired by a recent conversation I had with a friend. And, she asked me how I'm doing, and I answered honestly and authentically. And I said, yeah, I'm suffering from a bad case of the why bother blues. And as I heard myself say that, I thought, this could make a great video. As uncomfortable as it is, I may not be the only one suffering from a case of the why bother blues. And so, what I mean by that phrase, why bother blues, is it can be really frustrating, disappointing, deflating when we put so much work, energy, and effort into something, and then it doesn't go the way we had hoped. And there can be this like, oh, why bother? And of course, that can happen in the professional realm, in relationships. Some of us in both realms. That's where I find myself. Yeah. And my hope in offering this guided exercise is that when we can be with our experience of the why bother blues, that we're less likely to get taken over by it and make decisions that don't really feel like we're making decisions as much as we're kind of hijacked and taken over and we're stopping this, we're saying that. And it could feel like there's no choice involved. It's like, boom, I just did it or said it. That kind of swift, fast reactivity. That's understandable. Yeah. And yet, if we can turn towards and be with this place, the body feel of why bother? You might find that any next steps you choose to take or not take will come from a more steadied place where there's more clarity. You may still choose to stop, or you may try something different or, you know, pivot slightly. But the key is that there's choice as opposed to just, you know, having the reactivity push you instead of you choosing what feels right to do or not do. So that's a lot of words to introduce this exercise. But let's see if it helps, right? Let's kind of see what comes as we're with our experience of the why bother blues. Yeah. And so, of course, if anything I say, offer doesn't fit or feel right, oh, please do what would. And taking some time to just get comfortable where you are, making any adjustments. And of course, feel free to adjust as we go, move around as we go. If you need more time, you can pause this recording. And so, as a way of starting, just letting awareness come more and more to your whole body as it is here and now. And feeling the support that you're sitting upon. Maybe even noticing where your body meets and receives that support. And feeling the support beneath your hands. And the support beneath your feet. And just allowing your body to be as it is and feel as it does. And feeling your breathing. And allowing your breath to be just as it is, however it is. And if you like, you might notice what already feels open, flowing, pleasant, even just a bit. And acknowledging any areas or places that don't feel like that. Yeah, they're welcome too. Letting awareness come more and more into that whole inner area of your body, including your throat, chest, stomach, and belly. Taking some time to notice how you are in this moment, the mood that's there, or the weather within. What's there may have a wordless quality to it, and that's okay. Let it be wordless. Let's not be so quick to name and label. Just sensing the mood that's there, the weather within. And even meeting what's there with the, hello, I know you're there. Maybe there's a grippiness or a heaviness or kind of flutter. Or again, maybe there aren't words. It's just, yeah, you're sensing something. And so saying inwardly or out loud, hello, I know you're there, to the mood that's there. And if what's there needs more of your company, more of your attention, feel free to stay with it as I move on. Maybe what's there is related to the whole why bother blues. Maybe not. And so just taking a moment here to remember that feeling of frustration, disappointment, something not having gone the way you had hoped, putting all that effort, energy, time, and care into something that means something to you, that's important to you. And it didn't work out in the way you had hoped. And so letting the feel of that experience come freshly. And just inviting the feel of all that to come freshly. And what comes may feel really subtle, like, like a fuzzy ache or a slight heaviness. Or what comes can feel a lot less subtle, like quite intense. And so just noticing what comes for you. And if there is a descriptor that comes like heaviness or folded in, bent, checking that descriptor, that word, back with that place to see if it fits or matches. If you got that right, maybe you did, maybe you didn't, maybe there's more. And allowing that description to change if it needs to. Like for me, what came was first heaviness, but as I checked that word heaviness back with this place in my chest, I got more of an image, like something like either a snowball being compacted or a piece of paper being crumpled. Mhm. And so I'm checking both those descriptors back with this place. Yeah, that description continues to change. There's sometimes a gesture best matches the feel of what's there, kind of scrunching, compacting, pressure. It's okay if the description that comes doesn't quite make sense. No, we don't need to make sense of it. That somehow, in some way, that description fits. So you might say to this place, feeling this way, hello, I know you're there. You can say that inwardly or out loud. And if what's there feels really uncomfortable and tense, you can bring a gentle hand to that place feeling this way as a way of saying to it, yeah, hello, I know you're there. I get you're feeling this way. We're not trying to dim anything down, fix it, change it, make it better. No, we're allowing this place to feel the way it does and be accompanied. Yeah, so this place can feel the way it does and not be alone in how it's feeling. You're here with it. And just noticing how it feels to do this much, for you to be here with this place, allowing it to be as it is and feel as it does. Then you might sense how this place feels from its point of view. And I know that invitation can sound a bit odd, but you're just sensing how it feels from its point of view. Similar to how you can sense how a cat or dog is feeling. No, they're not talking and telling, but you can sense how they're feeling. So just sensing how this place is feeling from its point of view. Maybe it's feeling so dejected, so disappointed, let down. Maybe it does really have a kind of, oh, why bother? And just sensing how it feels from its point of view. And if something comes, let it know you hear it. Like, I really get that's how you feel. You're so upset. You really feel like, ugh, why bother? Yeah. Maybe too, the intensity of what it's feeling needs to be acknowledged. So it's not just that it's feeling so upset. Maybe it's feeling so, so, so upset. You know, it's feeling so let down. And so letting it know you hear that, it's feeling so, so, so mm, discouraged, deflated. And again, you're not trying to cheer it up, talk this place out of how it's feeling. You're being with it in a way so that it can feel more understood, that it can feel more gotten. And even checking back with it to see if this place is feeling even a bit more understood. And it may open up and share more, or more may come, like for me, a sinking nausea. It's like, oh, okay. Yeah, it's feeling like this. And for some, images may come of, you know, something just getting run over and run over and run over as a way of, yeah, describing how it is for it. Like it's showing that, it's showing itself more fully. And so again, if more comes, let it know you hear that. Like, I really see that's how it feels, like getting nowhere, like trying to take a few steps and then whoosh, having to start over it. Yeah, like rolling that boulder up a hill only to have it roll back down, and then trying to roll it up the hill, get it over the edge, but it rolls back down. And if it feels right, you might even say to this place, no wonder you feel this way. This matters. This is important. And as you say that, it again may shift and change. Something more might come. The intensity may increase. And if there is a intensifying body feel of what's there, for me, that means like it gets to show more of itself. You might even say to this place, I really get how hard this is. This matters. This is hard. I have just a couple more invitations here. So yeah, see if it would feel right to keep going. And that is to sense how this place might like you to be with it. Maybe it just wants to be allowed. Or maybe yeah, just sensing how this place might like you to be with it. And as you're with this place feeling this way, There may also be something having a reaction to what's here, something saying, like, you should stop. You should stop trying. Can have a judgy, you should, critical tone. And if that fits your experience, then saying hello to that one too. So both are there. There's this place feeling the way it does, and something saying, you should stop trying. Why do you keep putting yourself through this? And if there's something saying that, you might just sense if it's worried. Maybe it's not wanting the suffering to continue, or it's not wanting you to feel rejected. So you're just sensing if that one saying you should, you have to, why don't you need to, anything like that. Sensing if it's worried. And if something comes like, yeah, it's not wanting the suffering to persist, it's not wanting you to feel dragged down, held back, stuck, then let it know you hear that. Like, I really get you're worried. You're not wanting me to feel stuck. You're not wanting this suffering to continue. And so, in a few moments, we'll look for a comfortable stopping place. Maybe just noticing how it is now to be with both. Something feeling, oh, why bother? And maybe something saying, oh, stop, don't keep going, give up. Right? You're sensing, yeah, that it may be worried. So it's kind of saying that for a good reason. And we're not agreeing or disagreeing. We're just purely listening. And then as you sit with both, as that one's there, maybe that one's there, it's taking some time to notice how that feels within. Maybe there's been a shift, even a subtle one. Maybe there's a bit more space or a little more settledness, or not. Well, we're just noticing what you notice. And if there has been a pleasant shift, again, even a small one, just taking some time to savor that, to let your body have the feel of that. Even if that's not the only way you feel, that's okay. We just want to include this, what may be a pleasant shift or a bit more space. Letting yourself have that, savor that. Nothing needs to be pushed away or changed. As a way of ending, checking, sensing, seeing if there's anything you might like to remember or take with you from this exercise. As a way of ending, if it feels right, and thanking what came into awareness, this place or part of you, and that other part, or your body's process, whatever feels right. And then at your own pace and at your own time, coming back to the room you're in, the space you're in. Taking some time to look around the room you're in, the space you're in. Allowing your body to make any movements or adjustments it might like to make. Yeah. And so, if there's any part of your experience you'd like to share, feel free to do so in the comments, or you can email me directly at lauren@livingfully.org. Questions are welcome, challenges, maybe something didn't land quite right for you, or you bumped up against something in your process. And so this is a taste, of how we can be with our experience instead of getting kind of caught up in it, driven by it, pushed around by it. And so hope that was helpful. And I'm sure there's more. This isn't a one and done and dusted process, but it maybe there's more. Brought something new. I could keep chatting, but I'll say bye bye for now and see you soon. Bye bye.